Hey there, everybody. It's Craig Cook with Acre Mortgage and Financial, and I wanted to tell you a story about Bob. Bob is a first-time home buyer, and he's looking to buy a house, and he needs some guidance. So Bob reaches out to a real estate agent. The realtor talks to Bob about Bob buying a house, and Bob tells her that he wants to make an offer on a property that he saw on the internet. So the real estate agent tells Bob, in order for us to make an offer on this property, you have to get pre-qualified for a mortgage. So Bob says to himself, great, I have good credit, I have two good jobs, and I have a down payment. So it should be easy for me to get a mortgage. So the real estate agent gives Bob the numbers to two mortgage companies. Bob wants to call both of them. He calls the first mortgage company. He begins to tell the mortgage company that he wants to buy a house, and in order for him to buy this house, he needs a pre-qualification letter. So the lender goes over the information, takes Bob's information about his employment, his income, his assets, checks Bob's credit score, and tells Bob, you have great credit, you got a good situation, it looks like you can buy a house. So Bob's excited, and he told the lender to send him a copy of the pre-qualification letter as well as his agent, and they both got a copy of that pre-qualification letter. So Bob still wanted to talk to the other mortgage company just to check to make sure whatever mortgage company one was offering was the same, or whether he could get a better deal or whatever. So he got two numbers, so he called both of them. So he calls mortgage company 2, and mortgage company 2 goes through the same process, takes his information, his credit, his employment information, his income information, assets, and so forth, but then tells Bob, you have to submit me some documents so that I can verify the information on the application and make sure everything checks out before you go make an offer on that property. Well, Bob was kind of upset because he knew that he was qualified in his eyes to get a loan. And he basically said, okay, fine, I'll work on it. Why do I have to get these items? The other lender didn't ask me for these items. And the lender began to explain to him that these documents are important, and there's some things that might be on these documents that you're not aware of that could affect your qualifications. So Bob then goes back to the agent and tells her that he spoke to both of those lenders, and lender 1 was very helpful and gave him a copy of the pre-qualification letter, but lender 2 wanted some documentation to be verified in order for him to get that pre-qualification letter. So Bob said, I decided not to call back that other lender and give him the documents because I was already pre-qualified, and I know that I have a good situation, I have good credit, down payment, and I have two jobs. There's no way I can't get this loan. So the agent then says, well, we have a pre-qualification letter from one lender. Let's go ahead and make an offer. So Bob then makes the offer on the property. Some time passes, a couple days, and he finds out the offer has been accepted. So this is great news for Bob, the agent. Everybody's happy. His kids, his family, they think they're moving. Everybody is in good spirits. So Bob then needs to pay money up front for a deposit, puts money down for an appraisal, a home inspection. This particular property has a well and a septic tank, so he needs to do those inspections as well. So he spends some more money on these inspections. A couple weeks go by, and Bob is contacting his lender, and he's not getting phone calls back. He begins to get worried. He finally gets a phone call back, and the lender tells Bob, we have a situation. Some of your information that we have to verify your income is showing us that you don't have enough qualifiable income for this loan to be approved. So Bob is confused, and he's upset, and he's frustrated, and he says, well, why is this possible, or how is this possible? I have, two great credit, two good jobs. I have a down payment. I don't understand. And the lender says there's nothing I can do to help you. I'm sorry, Bob, but you've been declined for financing. Well, this is a pretty real conversation that happens all the time. So Bob, okay, is upset and tells the agent, they said, I couldn't get a loan because my income doesn't support the loan, and I don't understand. So the agent then calls the other mortgage company 2, and says, is there anything that you can do to help? They said that he won't qualify. His income is not supporting the loan that he wants to obtain. So the mortgage company 2 checks the information and figures out a way how to qualify him. But he won't be able to qualify for that particular property. So that property is not going to go to Bob, and Bob is upset. He has a bad taste in his mouth about the mortgage company, and he has a bad taste in his mouth about the whole situation. He's upset with the agent because he figured the agent would be able to help him and guide him and point him in the right direction to get him a good mortgage company. He's upset with mortgages in general. He spent money and he's not going to be able to get that back. Although he will get his deposit back, he's still upset, and he's rightfully so to be upset that he spent that money and it's unnecessary that he had to spend that money. So the moral of the story is that Bob went to a professional, a real estate agent, and went to a loan officer, another professional, to get financing to be able to buy a house, and things weren't done properly. And this could have all been prevented had the loan officer done their job and the agent done their job to make sure that Bob knew that he would have to verify these documents in order for them to make sure that they made a good offer on that property. And that's really the moral of the story, is that we as professionals need to guide these individuals that are looking for homes and show them the right way of doing things, even though they may think that those steps or procedures are not the way that it should be done. We know, we've been in this business, we understand what it takes, and we understand that getting all these documents gathered up can be frustrating and time consuming. But had those documents been reviewed, Bob wouldn't be out a couple $1,000. He'd be moving into maybe another house that was more qualifiable for him, or maybe there was another way for him to get financing on that property, but it's too late. So we all have had this situation, including myself, and I know other people that in this industry that have gone through that situation. It is important for us as professionals to take control of a situation and make sure that our clients know that we have their best interest in mind when obtaining a property, and that doing it the right way, not their way necessarily, but doing it the right way is going to help them get to the finish line more quickly. Hopefully you like this video and you agree. Please check me out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can see me on my website soon. That'll be coming up, and I'll have some more videos. But comment, like, share this video. Tell me what you think, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys.